Episode 56 RXA March 17, 2024. California, Maine and Canada only, coast to coast. PM 2.5% and level in micrograms per cubic meter over 3 days using PurpleAir data. The highest PM 2.5 average was at Maine, Rumford RAP at 31 micrograms per cubic meter. The lowest was at Shulus, Canada at 4 micrograms per cubic meter. DateTime Highland a Ewing a Echo Road a Songo a Winslow, Maine a. Average PM 2.55 15 12 10 10. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 16% 61% 56% 42% 46%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 9% 36% 31% 19% 24%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 1% 19% 6% 6% 4%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 0% 9% 2% 1% 0%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 0% 3% 0% 0% 0%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 0% 1% 0% 0% 0%. Highland a Ewing a Echo Road a Songo a Winslow, Maine a. California, Kensington, California, Trinidad, Maine, Lewiston, Maine, Songo, Maine, Winslow. Number of monitor 12345. DateTime Maine DEP Rumford Amy DEP RAP A Orange Street, Barre a KSC 40 a KSC 48A. Average PM 2.5 27 31 24 21 24. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 93% 97% 84% 84% 91%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 71% 90% 65% 76% 78%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 48% 72% 53% 34% 47%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 24% 28% 24% 5% 13%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 12% 11% 5% 0% 3%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 4% 6% 0% 0% 1%. Percent 65 micrograms per cubic meter 3% 3% 0% 0% 1%. Percent 75 micrograms per cubic meter 1% 0% 0% 0% 1%. Maine DEP Rumford Amy DEP RAP A Orange Street, Barre a KSC 40 a KSC 48A. Maine, Rumford, Maine, Rumford, Vermont, Barre, Vermont, Rutland, Vermont, Rutland. Number of monitors 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. DateTime KSC 47A KSC 46A Acacia Street in Parksville, BC A LNIB Lands Office Woodland Park A. Average PM 2.5 23 23 16 4 18. Percent 9 micrograms per cubic meter 88% 86% 57% 9% 79%. Percent 15 micrograms per cubic meter 77% 71% 40% 5% 40%. Percent 25 micrograms per cubic meter 46% 41% 23% 3% 18%. Percent 35 micrograms per cubic meter 12% 20% 13% 2% 13%. Percent 45 micrograms per cubic meter 1% 4% 4% 1% 7%. Percent 55 micrograms per cubic meter 0% 0% 2% 0% 2%. Percent 65 micrograms per cubic meter 0% 0% 0% 0% 1%. Percent 75 micrograms per cubic meter 0% 0% 0% 0% 1%. KSC 47A KSC 46A Acacia Street in Parksville, BC A LNIB Lands Office Woodland Park A. Vermont, Rutland, Vermont, Rutland, Canada, Parksville, BC, Canada, Shulus, BC, Canada, Vancouver, BC. Number of monitor 11 12 13 14 15.